All right, guys, let's work today on some strangulation. When somebody's grabbing your neck and he's doing that, he's not choking you. Choking is a wrong terminology. When you say choking, it's like when you're eating something and then you choke inside. That's choking. Choking is internal, not external. When somebody's got their hands around you and they're squeezing your throat, that is called strangulation. That is not called choking. So let's work. I will do a couple of techniques. I won't do a lot, like I said. And remember, all these are very basic techniques. They're not for experts. They're for, you're expert or you're basic, doesn't matter. These techniques work for everybody, okay? No matter what your skill level is. So when I'm doing this technique, I'm showing this to you. It's not just for the super trained people or super athletic people. You could be a grandma, you could be a teenager, you could be a weakling, you could be a strong person, you could be anybody. Okay, these are techniques that's going to work for everybody and against 99.9% people. Like I said again, no technique is 100% effective against everybody, but these techniques usually work against a lot of people in most times, okay? So we're going to work on strangulation techniques. I'm going to do a couple of them, and I want you guys to pay attention to it and then work on it, okay? Once you get that, we'll be doing, right now, this whole series that I'm doing, I'm throwing all these videos, they're all for very, very beginner level people, lay people, people who don't know how to fight, people who don't know anything, okay? And this is for them. So you watch this, practice this, and when, God forbid, if it ever comes to that, if you have to use it, hopefully you never have to, but if you have to, you will recall these techniques easily. You don't have to be super athletic, and you don't have to be a champion to do these techniques, okay? So most of the techniques that I'm putting, if you see my other videos on self-protection, not self-defense, self-protection, they are pretty much very, very simple techniques, all right? So now we have Austin over here again, and so I say hi to everybody. Austin, hey, you smile. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Austin doesn't like smiling. All right.
I know what's coming.
So when somebody's got their hands around your neck like that, and they're actually going to town, trying to suck your breath. So there are two things happen. One is your airflow gets blocked because of that. You have difficulty breathing and people die because of that. The second thing that happens is the blood flow to your brain stops, which happens actually even quicker than the airflow. Depends upon how the pressure is applied, one of these two things will happen, okay? So when he's got his neck, his hands around your neck, the very first thing I want you guys to do is stop breathing. Okay, when you stop breathing and tighten your neck, you actually flare up these muscles and make this neck a little bigger and wider. So his hands to get into choke you or strangulate you or cut out that blood and wind supply kind of gets diminished, okay? So he's got this hand and I do this. Now what has he done? He's taken, and I will actually stop breathing. I cannot, because I'm talking, I cannot talk and not breathe at the same time, but I will just stop breathing, so that kind of also makes it harder for him to take me out that quickly, okay? So, now what he has done, he has taken both his weapons, both of them, and has given them to me. What do I have? I have both my hands. I have both my legs. I got everything. And look, he's open everywhere. He's open everywhere, okay? So as he's strangulating me, a lot of times people are not going to, have their arms out and strangulate there. It's going to be very up close. So he's that close to me, so I can actually take both my hands and smack him in both his eardrums, breaking that hold that he has on me, that he's strangulating me, and he kind of backs up. It's going to be a very hard shot. Here I'm just doing a very small tap, but even that has an effect, because here we're hitting the mastoid region, the eardrum region, the mandibular region. All that stuff is all weak areas, and these are all a whole bunch of pressure points running in this area, okay? So that kind of will put him in a lot of pain and disorient him. So that's one thing you can do. Is the simplest thing is just hit him from here and he gets out, okay? If he's even closer, you can even go for his eyeballs and hit him hard. Hit him hard. Take your thumb, squeeze it in, and just go as hard as you can and take it out, okay? All right, he's smiling now. Okay, now he's even closer here. As you strike him in the eardrum with one hand, you want to bring your hand follow through, okay? That way, if you want to do it this way, Now what happens is, look how he's broken because your waist is pointing in the other direction. Your hand has gone over him. You can actually trap this hand. Boom, shoot elbow. Boom, hit him with the back of your hand. Whatever you want. And then follow up with a punch if you have to. And break that whole situation, break out of that situation that you were in. Again, like I said, he's really close to you. Oh. A nice little shot in the body also does the trick because he's so close to you, right in the solar plexus region. So Austin's not feeling really good. It was not a real hard shot. It was just a little light love tap, but he's in a lot of pain. Right, Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what's gonna also do it. Another great way to break out of this situation is use a nice little soft move. So we're gonna just use one hand this time, and Austin's, I'm gonna just take this little skin and just give it a little pinch over there. When I do that, his hand's out there, he's broken off. Now either you can run or fight, whatever you wanna do from here. All right guys, that's it. I've given you a lot of techniques over here. I think there were 4 or 5 techniques. Like I said, practice them. You never know when you can use one of these and save your lives. Self-protection, not self-defense. And if you like this video, share it with your friends. Make sure you subscribe, have your friends subscribe. The more subscriptions we get, the more motivation I have to do these videos also, okay? Have a good one, good training. See you guys soon.